Give people a moment to roll in. Drop a chat in if you want. Be sure to hit the like button. I see got one like over there. Hit the follow button if you haven't. Happy Friday, Brian. 2026, man. Crazy. Drop a chat in there. I see 5 people in here. Let me know if you came over from TikTok. Let me know if you came over from TikTok. Hit the like button, hit the follow button. Kelsey's over from TikTok. Welcome in, Kelsey. I'm gonna give people about another minute to roll in. Drop any chats or questions or anything in there. Michael, Carlos, they came over from TikTok. Welcome in, guys. Brian came in. I figured, Brian, I actually figured you came in from YouTube notifying you. Anyone that's not following me over here, be sure to follow me because I'll be doing live streams from here. Because frankly, I want to move away from the TikTok platform. Its level of censorship and bullshit has been painful for me for at least a couple years. And frankly, I don't know how long TikTok's even gonna still be in America. Remember, that's still going on. And say someone else buys TikTok, well, the whole algorithm is gonna change, so I don't know. All right, y'all. Kai came over from TikTok, welcome in. All right, so what I was talking about over here, while you guys came over, is DeFi, right? Put a 1 in the chat if you're at least familiar with the idea of DeFi, decentralized finance. No, I haven't stayed up to date, but to my knowledge, no one's bought TikTok yet. Number of 1s coming in. Brian, Kelsey, Essie, Michael. That's what I'm using to accumulate that Bitcoin passively and the stable coin passively, okay? I'm using DeFi. And to understand how DeFi works, I really sum it up into 3 main things. Be the bank, be the house, and be Coinbase. The one that I was showing you guys over on TikTok was be Coinbase. Quick question. How does Coinbase make money? Drop in the comments. How does Coinbase make money? Drop in the comments. Hit the follow button if you haven't. And be sure to turn on notifications. I start talking when I eat a goddamn Gardetto. This is ridiculous. Just a second, I gotta chew this rock. A number of you said it. Fees. So, for instance, right, you see that, Bitcoin and Tether, Bitcoin and stablecoin. So, if you go to Coinbase and you exchange stablecoin for Bitcoin or Bitcoin for stablecoin, you pay a fee. And that's where Coinbase makes most of its money. What type of business? It's a term and I know you know it. What type of business is Coinbase? There's a name for it and I know you know it, many of you. What type of business is Coinbase? What's it called? Brian, yeah. I won't eat any more of the rock things. You know what I mean? I'm eating Gardettos and this is like so hard. Whereas this, you know, it's nice stuff. Mafia? No. Essay, it's an exchange. Particularly, it's called a centralized exchange, okay? Well, in DeFi, there are decentralized exchanges. So on Coinbase, a centralized exchange, when you sell your Bitcoin for stablecoin or use your stablecoin to buy Bitcoin, you pay a fee on that centralized exchange and that's where they make their money. Well, in DeFi, like I said, there are decentralized exchanges. So check this out. That is why I'm getting that fee. That's my APR, roughly, based on how much volume is in here. And every time someone swaps Bitcoin for Tether or Tether for Bitcoin, I get paid a fee. And that fee is paid to me in Tether and Bitcoin. Put a 1 in the chat if you understand that, at least simply, where I'm getting that yield from. If you understand where I'm getting that yield from, put a 1 in the chat. Alex, Michael, S.A., Kelsey, Kai. How do I know it's not a scam? How do you know it's not a scam? That's a question for later. So what I'm trying to make sure you understand is where the yield is coming from. Because any place that has yield, you need to know where it's coming from. Because if they're just printing a bunch of tokens and giving them to you, calling them yield, that's a very inflationary mechanism and it's gonna explode. But if you're Coinbase and you're just getting fees because people are paying fees to do exchanges and you get the fee, that's a very sustainable, legit source of yield. Does that make sense? Put a 1 in the chat if you would agree that if you're getting fees from people doing swaps, exchanges, that's a pretty good source of yield. And it makes sense. Put a 1 if you agree with that. Hit the like button if you're digging this so far, by the way. Because I only see 3 likes here, 20 some people in here. I appreciate the likes, really. And share it if you could. But be sure to hit the follow button. S.A., Brian, Michael, 1. Yeah, right? If I can deposit somewhere and I can be Coinbase, right? Doesn't the idea of being Coinbase or being Binance or being whatever exchange you use, doesn't that sound like a pretty great model? Being a Robinhood, right? Pretty goddamn good. And in DeFi, it allows you to be Coinbase. The other 2 strategies are be the house and be the bank. So as for banks, how does a bank make money? How does a bank make money? Drop in the comments, how does a bank make money? Matrix. They lend money. That's how banks make money. They lend money and they get interest on it. You know, like for instance, over here, I'm getting 9%. Usually I'm getting about 10% on my stable coin just by lending out stable coin. Now, that sounds risky, right? Right? I'm gonna go lend out my stable coin for a 9-10% yield? No, thank you. Hold on. Now, the difference between DeFi, decentralized being the bank, and centralized being the bank, which is being the bank, is that in DeFi land, when you're the bank, guess what? When you lend money, say you deposit $1,000 into a Be the Bank protocol, and someone comes along and wants to borrow that $1,000. Well, how does the protocol know if they should allow them to borrow that $1,000? Do they take a credit application? Do they ask for ID? Do they look at their history? No. They say, hey, if you want to borrow this $1,000, you got to put up as collateral $1,500. Why would somebody do that? Well, say I have $1,500 in Solana or Ethereum, but I don't want to sell that Ethereum or Solana, but I'd like to get some liquidity. Well, I can take my $1,500 of Ethereum or Solana, put it up as collateral and borrow $1,000 of stablecoin and maybe go buy more Solana and ETH or Bitcoin, right? So how are you protected? Okay, well that's good, but what if the Solana and Ethereum become worth less than 1,000? Well, then you're fucked. No. say someone puts up $1,500 in Solana and Ethereum, and they borrow $1,000 in stablecoin. Well, if that Ethereum or Solana comes down to being worth, say, $1,200, the protocol, the Be the Bank protocol, immediately liquidates their Ethereum or Solana to pay you back plus your interest, all without you having to do or watch anything. Pretty cool? Does that make sense? Are you getting this? DeFi is an amazing place. And as much as there's probably 1 to 2 billion people on the planet that have bought or sold crypto at some point, way less than 0.1% of people in crypto know how to use DeFi. The opportunity is massive, right? And as you go around finding content after content saying, you know, buy this coin, buy that coin, who's telling you that you can just earn 150% and be earning Bitcoin and stablecoin every day for free? Put a 1 in the chat if you feel like you need to have this as part of your strategy. You need this skill. Put a 1 in the chat if you feel like now you need this skill. You need to learn how to do this now that you've become aware of it and how powerful it is. Matrix, SE, put 1s. Michael, Carlos, there's 18 people on here. Brian, Marco, Kelsey, absolutely. Because listen, I believe in DCA, dollar cost average, absolutely, absolutely. Like buying some Bitcoin, like I bought some Bitcoin at like 84,000. And let me be very clear with you. The first time I ever bought Bitcoin, it was like $2,000. And here I am buying at 84,000 because that was a good price for the long term, right? I'm a long-term Bitcoin accumulator. Even though I'm pretty sure, about 85% confident that Bitcoin's going to go into the 40s this year, I still bought it at 84 because it's a good price. But I'm not buying as heavy there as I will be at 40s. With that being said, in the meantime, I'm just passively accumulating Bitcoin and stablecoin. Bitcoin for now to just hold long term, and then the stablecoin to buy Bitcoin later. And quick question, the stablecoin that I earn over here, I obviously the Bitcoin I just hold what I earn. And in this, I do this with multiple wallets, but this is my teaching wallet. This is the one I actually show you. I've only got $2,200 in here, $600 and $1,600, $2,200. And I'm mostly earning Bitcoin and stablecoin. I'm also earning Hyperliquid in Bitcoin because I like Hyperliquid a lot. But Bitcoin and stablecoin, so I'm getting Bitcoin for now. What do you think I'm doing with that stablecoin? Obviously I'm gonna buy Bitcoin later, but what do you think I do with it? Do you think I just hold on to it? Do you think I swap it into Bitcoin? No, I take that stablecoin and I use that other strategy I was talking about, Be the Bank, where I could put it over here and just get 9, 10, 11%. So my stablecoin is growing into more stablecoin. What I don't do is I don't put it back into this position. You could do that, and there's a case for doing that. I just don't, because I try to keep it compartmentalized. I don't try to compound it. That's me. You could try that, and it would probably be fine and okay, and probably maybe even better than what I'm doing. But for me, that's just what I want to do. I'm kind of turning down my greed factor a little bit, and I'm just compartmentalizing it. Sending my Bitcoin that I earn off to a different wallet that's just to store my Bitcoin. And my stablecoin, I'm sending off to the Be the Bank strategy to accumulate roughly 10% yield while I wait for a screaming Bitcoin price. Okay? I mean, what's really interesting, let me share something else with you too, okay? And why I want to make the case of just sitting on your hands. I'll come back to the DeFi stuff. I want to bring you back in time a little bit. So this was the 2021 bull market, 2022 bear market. When this whole way down, people were buying altcoins, frankly. So by the time Bitcoin got down here a year later, to 15,500. It was at 70, went down to 15,500 a year later. Let me ask you, I was doing live streams about every day on TikTok. And when Bitcoin puked to 15, 16,000, take a guess at what most people were saying to me. When I ask people, I go, are you buying some Bitcoin? Take a wild guess at what most people by far were saying in the comments when I asked, are you buying Bitcoin at 15, 16,000? Take a guess. Brian, essay. Remnant. I'd say Brian probably was the closest. That's basically what they're saying. They're saying, yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's going to go lower, so I'm waiting. I'm waiting to buy. Because I'm pretty sure it's going to go to 13,000, 12,000, 11,000. It's going to go under 10,000. I'm sure of it. I'm going to wait. And I'm like, maybe. Honestly, I don't know. I'm like, maybe it does. But then you want to know what? I asked people, I go, okay, maybe it goes lower, and it might. But let me ask everybody, I'd go, do you think there's going to be another bull run? Everybody would say yes. I go, okay. When do you think that bull run is going to be? 2024, 2025, 24, 25, 24, 25, everybody. Which is only 2 to 3 years away. I'm like, okay. And in this bull run in 2 to 3 years, conservatively, what do you think Bitcoin's price is going to be? Everyone basically agreed at $100,000. I go, so you're telling me that you can buy Bitcoin at 15, 16,000 right now, and in 2 to 3 years, it's going to be 100K. And you're not going to buy any right now because it might go a little lower. And the comments would stop. It would go crickets. I go, see, I see it as much riskier to be out of Bitcoin than in. Could it go lower? Sure. But in 2 to 3 years, does it matter much if you bought it at 15 or 10? No. So here's the thing. They were being very irrational, right? Because they were buying all the way down, buying altcoins mostly, okay? And so by the time things actually make a bottom, they're so disgusted at what their portfolio looks like that they just don't want to buy anything. But they don't want to say that. They want to act smart and go, it's going to go lower. But even if it did go lower, do you think they would have bought? No, they would have said it's going to go even lower, or it's going to zero. They never would have bought. So the big point I'm trying to make is that by being patient and having a real strategy, like say, hey, I'm accumulating Bitcoin and stablecoin every day. This Bitcoin I'm getting right here, I'm getting it for free. Right now, Bitcoin's at 90,000. Well, if Bitcoin goes down to 45,000, am I going to feel that pained by it? No, because I got the Bitcoin for free, right? I got the Bitcoin for free. So when it goes down, I'll feel very comfortable buying Bitcoin at a deeply discounted price. And I won't feel like I'm just throwing more money into a void. It's a much different experience. Does that make sense? That was kind of long-winded. Put a 1 in the chat if that made some sense to you. The idea of just sitting on your hands, accumulating Bitcoin passively, right? For free, passively, and building up a stablecoin pile, and also going ahead and just actually save some cash, instead of buying right now, and just wait. Put a 1 in the chat if that makes some sense to you, that idea. Brian says, there is a huge difference though. I don't find it wise to try to time the bottom or the top. So that's where we're sitting with that. I got to get out of here in about 15 minutes. Put a 5 in the chat let me just ask you real quick. So listen, I couldn't possibly teach you all this on a live stream, how to do all of it, but I do have a course that shows you step by step how to do exactly what I'm doing and using the exact sites I'm using, how to set it all up correctly. And it's not free, it's not expensive, but it's not free. Put a 1 in the chat if you're cool with me showing you that course. I see a few 1s coming in. Okay. So the course itself, it's all videos, step by step, right? Because that's the way I like to learn. I think it's the most effective way to learn. So this is what the course looks like. By the way, it's all videos. Right off the bat, I show you how to get up to $100 of Bitcoin. Like for some reason you don't have a Coinbase account, this link's gonna give you $30 of Bitcoin. If you don't have a Gemini account, this one's gonna give you 50. If you don't have a Fold account and you live in the US, this will give you 20. This is before we even get into the training, right? Up to $100 in literally free Bitcoin. But then we get into the first steps, which is setting up your wallets. These are the only 2 wallets that I use. This is the one I use on the Solana network. This is the one I use on the Ethereum network. And over here on the Ethereum network is really where I earn the Bitcoin. And this is where I mostly earn Solana. This is where I earn Ethereum and Bitcoin, stablecoin on both, okay? But I show you how to properly set those up securely and safely. Fund them and everything. And then I get into the first strategy, which is be the bank. This is where we are earning interest on our stablecoin. I show you my 3 favorite places to earn yield. These are all videos step by step on your stablecoin, such as over here, where, that's not the right chart. Where'd it go? There it is. That's not it either. Where the hell did that thing go? That's not it. Oh, here it is. So like over here where I'm earning, this is one of my be the bank places, if it would load, earning almost 9% on stablecoin. Not too shabby, not at all. And then those 3, and then we go to be the house, right? So by be the house, what do I mean by that? By be the house, I literally mean you be the casino playing against the gamblers, right? And by gamblers, they're traders is what they are, right? And most traders by far lose money. They do longs and shorts, they take on leverage. Most of them by far lose money. So to be on the other side of the gamblers is a fantastic place to be. This is also a stablecoin yield strategy, and it's frankly better than the other. Over the last year, the main one I'm using right now has paid almost 70% on my stablecoin by being the house instead of the gambler. There's 2 places that I currently do this at. Both of these, be the bank and be the house, are mostly about getting yield on stablecoin. And then we get into being Coinbase. That's what I was showing you over here, where I'm earning, currently about 150% on $1,600, not much. Bitcoin and stablecoin, that's what my fees are being paid to me in. And over the last 45 days, I've earned about $750 in Bitcoin, stablecoin, and hyperliquid token, all on 600 plus 60, about $2,200, right? In the past 45 days. That's pretty wild, isn't it? And over here, I'm earning hyperliquid and Bitcoin, so I show you that. If you prefer to earn Ethereum, well, over here, I show you the best place that I found to earn Ethereum. And currently that's paying, well, it's only paying about 30%, but not bad to be earning Ethereum like that. Let me show you a different one. I wonder if they have a better one up. Well, if I click on that, that should be pretty good. Maybe you can tighten it up a little bit too. There's 87%. I show you how to tighten it up and get more yield. And if you're interested in earning Solana, check this out. But put a 1 in the chat. Are any of you interested in earning passive free Solana? Is that any of you? Or put a 5 in the chat, I guess. Put a 5. If that's any of you, because I don't know if you even care to see this one. A couple fives, okay. So over here, this is Solana USDC, right? And right here, so currently Solana's price is 135. So by setting the range of 125 to 145, that means every time someone's swapping Solana for USDC or vice versa, between these prices, I'm getting the fee, and currently that's paying 150%, getting paid to me in Solana and stablecoin. Wow. But still, for me personally, I'm mostly interested in Bitcoin and stablecoin, right? Because I want to be accumulating Bitcoin for the long term, that's me. But I still show you over there in the training how to accumulate Ethereum and Solana. I literally show you my 3 favorite places. And I've been in DeFi's basically entire existence. I've been in DeFi about 6 years now. And DeFi's only been around for like 7. So I have used well over 1,000 different DeFi protocols. And I put all my favorite ones, all the ones I really use and have vetted and use myself, right into the training. And I'm not sponsored by them. They don't even know I exist. This is literally what I'm using. This is my best stuff that I've ever found. I've done all the work, been through the weeds, taken the pain, taken the mistakes, learned all the shit, and I just fast forward you right to where I am today. So this is my favorite place to earn Bitcoin and stablecoin. That's the one I've been showing you. This is my favorite one to earn Solana. I just showed you that one. And my favorite one to earn Ethereum. And they're my favorite ones, but they also pay the best. This is the best place in existence to earn Ethereum. You're gonna get the best yield right here of anywhere that exists. This is the best one that you're gonna get Solana, and this is the best one you're gonna get Bitcoin. Although, I'll show you, the one over here with the Ethereum, you can also be earning Bitcoin on this one also. Let me show you this. Like on right here in this pool, I can be earning Ethereum and Bitcoin. And currently, I guess that's only paying about 22%. So I would still say this is by far the best place to earn pure Bitcoin. But I could tighten this one up, make that range a little tighter, and it pumps up the yield. I show you how to do all that, how to maximize APRs and all that stuff. I show you all that in the course, step-by-step videos, okay? And by the way, when you're done, like after you go buy it, you'll end up on this thank you page, and the button to go to the trainings is literally right here. You just click it and it literally takes you to the trainings, the videos step by step, right to them. You'll also get a couple emails with links to it, but I wanted to make sure that you could get to it right away, okay? Put a 1 in the chat if you're saying, show me where to go get this. I want to go get it. Are the funds safe? Good question. The places I show you, I feel very confident that they're safe. In DeFi, in anything, frankly, the biggest risks is you making mistakes. Now, these strategies over here, am I saying go put your life savings into them? Hell no. As a matter of fact, when you start to build your comfort level, to build your experience, that's the main goal in the beginning. Just start with a little amount of money, $100 or less. Because in the beginning, it's not about making a bunch of money. It's not about maximizing it right away. It's about learning how to do it, right? The course takes you about 95% of the way. But that last 5%, no one can give you. That can only be gotten through experience and having some reps. Does that make sense? So when you start out, keep it under $100 just to build your comfort level, just to build your experience. So if you make any mistakes, they're small. But in my opinion, the funds are very safe in the places that I show you in the course. It's where my money is, right? I'm not just saying it, it's where my money is. And I'm not sponsored by them. I'm not affiliated with them. They don't know I exist. By the way, one other thing that I keep forgetting to mention is over here, where I'm earning the Bitcoin and stablecoin, they're giving me points for using their protocol. Does anybody know why they would be giving me points? Drop in the comments. Does anybody know why they would be giving me points? I know some of you are saying, show me where to go get the course. I'll show you in a second. Apologies, I got a little sidebarred. I should say too, that the experience and comfort level grows very quickly. And then you can just add to your positions. But just to be safe, because again, you making a mistake is the riskiest thing out there. And your mistakes are going to be made in the beginning if you make any. The course is there to show you, if you do it step by step, you won't make any mistakes, but we're all human. So the points. The reason they're giving me points, right, and you'll get points too by using this, is because they don't have a token yet, right? They don't have a coin, a token for themselves. So in the future, when they create a token for their protocol, guess what? They're going to give you a piece of it. It's called an airdrop. Have you guys ever heard of airdrops? Put a 1 in the chat if you ever heard of an airdrop. See some ones. That's what an airdrop is. So this particular protocol, they're letting you rack up points for using their protocol. And when will they do it? No idea. But in the future, they will have a coin, a token. And they will give a portion of that token for free to their customers, to their users, like me, like you if you go use it. Now, is it going to make me rich? Is it going to make you rich? No. But it's a nice bonus. Worst case, it's probably a few $100. But probably, for me anyways, probably a few $1,000. Maybe it's way more, but nonetheless, pretty nice bonus. That is not why I'm using this protocol. I'm using it because it pays me the best Bitcoin and stablecoin. That the fact that I'm getting points for a future airdrop is a fantastic bonus, right? That's exciting, right? Put a 5 in the chat if you've never had an airdrop before, but you would love to have one. Why I have it around 2,200. The reason I have this wallet around 2,200, this is not my main wallet. This is my teaching wallet. I keep it there to keep it consistent. And the reason I chose 2,200 is because originally I just had 2,200 in this extra wallet. And I thought, well, this is an amount of money that most people have access to. So when I start showing the results, it actually shows people within the realm of probably what they'll get. That's the main reason, Brian, good question. So, okay, I went all off. All right. Who wants the course? Again, it's not free, but it's not expensive, right? Again, I've only used $2,200, $1,600 and plus $600, that's $2,200. And over the last 45 days, I've earned $750. I show you exactly how to do this and a whole lot more over here in my training. This particular one that I'm using is this one right here. The very first Be the Coinbase training. But I show you 2 other places that are in Solana and Ethereum and a bunch of other things, my favorite places. And right off the bat, you can get up to $100 in Bitcoin. Okay. Shit, I gotta get out of here. Like, I hesitate to even show where to go get the course unless people are actually interested. Because some people just don't want to see that stuff at all. Again, it's not free. I don't believe in free things. I've given away tons of fantastic free things in the past. You know what happens? No one ever uses them. No one even opens them. But when people pay for things, they pay attention. They open them. They go through them. And they get the results they actually want. And so when people talk shit about courses, it's because they didn't use the goddamn course and they blame the course creator. Okay? By the way, the course, if you go through it and you didn't think it was worth your investment, I'll give you your money back. But you don't want your money back. You don't even want the course. You want the skill of being able to use DeFi, because that can pay you for years and years and years and years to come. Like, for instance, Brian asked that question before, why do I keep it at 2,200? let me ask you guys, $2,200. Is that an amount of money that you would feel comfortable putting into something like this? I don't say start there, start at $100, but $2,200, is that an amount of money that you have that if this is the way I'm saying it is, that you would feel very comfortable putting in there and leaving it? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Or just say yes, I guess. So that's why I show that, Brian. Because most people, I've asked this question before, most people, we're sitting here with investments, right? Most people aren't sitting on $0 looking how to invest. $2,200, most people have $2,200 and they're not really gonna miss it or notice it gone, And by the way, it's not gone. I could withdraw it whenever I want. So that's why I have it. Anyways, here's where you go get the course. dailycryptobull.com. Take a screenshot if that helps you. That's where you go get it. And I normally charge $1,000 for this course. I mean, look, on 600 plus 1,600, $2,200 in the last 45 days, I've earned $750, mostly in Bitcoin and stablecoin. Is it worth $1,000 to learn how to do that? You goddamn right it is. That's a hell of an ROI. But if you go get it during the stream, it's not even $100, $97.99. And you get the entire training. Hell, right off the bat, you get up to $100 in Bitcoin. If you have a Coinbase account, yeah, you can't use this one. But I'll bet most of you don't have a Gemini account, and I'll bet most of you don't have a Fold account. These are all free to set up, and these links will give you free Bitcoin. And then you get into the training, learning how to do all this stuff, step by step. You can literally go through this course and get these positions in. You can do it in an afternoon. I'll show you that. Someone asked for the link again. I'll show the link. dailycryptobull.com. During the stream, and I'm ending the stream in a few minutes because I actually have another meeting at 2 o'clock, which is in 7 minutes. You can get it for $97.99. When the stream is over, the price goes back up to $1,000. And again, this is what I've earned in 45 days on just $2,200 in Bitcoin and stablecoin. And what's that Bitcoin that I've earned going to be worth in the future? So don't make light that this is normally $1,000 because that's a fucking steal. This is absurd because I want people to take action. I can't give it to you for free. No fucking way. People do not use things they get for free. I've learned that the hard way too many times. But when people pay for things, they pay attention. They put in effort. They prioritize it. So you have to invest in yourself. You have to put skin in the game if you want to learn it. Get it, don't get it, your choice, straight up. But you got about 5 minutes or so, and I got to go because I have a meeting at 2 o'clock, which is in 6 minutes. I apologize for not getting to the link faster because that doesn't give you much time to go get it at the discount, but it is what it is, I guess. Do you lock up your funds for a period? You do not. You do not. I never do anything that locks up funds. I can go over here and I could withdraw this by just simply clicking this little minus button. I could just remove it right there and remove it and claim my fees. But I don't do that. I just claim my fees, and every so often I adjust the position because it goes out of range. I show you how to do all of that in the training and a whole hell of a lot more. Good question. I don't like staking. Everyone's like, it's staking, it's staking. I'm like, I'm not staking. Staking's stupid. Never stake. Never stake, ever. Don't ever stake. It's stupid as hell. Never stake. It has very little return and it locks up your funds for a minimum 3 weeks. Most of the time. All right, I'm out of here in 4 minutes because I have a meeting at 2, which is in 5 minutes. If you want to get the course at the discount, which is over here on dailycryptobull.com. It's kind of blurry. There we go. dailycryptobull.com for less than $100. Go get it. You got about 3 minutes. and you get this entire training. I mean, shit, seriously, most of you are gonna get at least $50 in Bitcoin, upwards of 100, because of these three things. This pays for the course before you even get started on the course. And then all the videos step by step, setting up the wallets, goes through the first strategy, be the bank. This is mostly for earning yield on stablecoin, get about 10%. Be the house, we're getting upwards of 70% by being the casino instead of the gamblers. And this is mostly about earning Bitcoin, Solana, and Ethereum at very nice yields. All of them are typically around 100%. And if you're like, that sounds too good to be true, blah, 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 you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, you won't even try it. Like, it's your mind telling you to do nothing new, to just stay where you are, you're perfect. That's not a great way to go. But I'm not gonna twist your arm either. I'm just here presenting the information, presenting you an opportunity, take it or leave it, it's your choice. How long do I have to watch it? You can go through the entire course and it's maybe 2 to 3 hours of content, and it's all step-by-step stuff. And I even run through a lot of the problems that you might run into that are just kind of like little technical things, but I don't cut them out to make it look super simple. Any problems I ran into while doing it, I show you right there how to troubleshoot them, and it's simple. So I would say, like for instance, I gotta go in 2 minutes. Like say this one, put a 1 in the chat if you are pretty confident you wanna do this one. That you're like, I definitely wanna do this one. Put a 1 in the chat if you're like, I very much wanna do that position. Essay says, I just got it. Thank you, Essay. Thanks for supporting the channel. Thanks for trusting me to guide you in your DeFi journey. And yes, seriously, don't let it collect dust. Go through it and use it. I want to see you get the benefit from it. And then come back on here and tell me what you've done. So I got to get going. Say, for instance, you wanted to do this position, right? Just this one. Time-wise, don't skip this. Don't skip these. This is silly to leave free Bitcoin on the channel. You would need to set up this wallet and fund it. I show you how to do that. And then you can just go straight down to this training right here. If all you wanted to do, at least to start out, was that position I showed you, all you would have to do is go watch this training, which is like 15 minutes, and this training, which is like 30 minutes. And it's all step by step. So if you at least wanted to get started going that way, you could get all that done in a couple hours tops, right? Tops. And the thing is once you've done it, well, now you've done it, and now you know how to do it. So I apologize. I showed you the link too late. I didn't give you enough time to go get it. So what I'm going to do, because I really got to go, take a screenshot of the link. It's dailycryptobull.com. I'll leave that price up for about 15 more minutes, okay? You can get it at the discount for about 15 more minutes. There's the link. And once you get the training, right, when you're done checking out, you'll have a link right here to go straight to the trainings. Just click that, it'll go right over. You'll also get some emails with links to the training, but I wanted to make sure you could go straight to it. So I'm gonna leave this price up for like 15 more minutes because I gotta go. I really gotta go. I'm already late for my meeting. There's the link right there. Take a screenshot, that helps you. All right, y'all, take care. I hope to see you on the other side. I really hope you go get this. And if you do go get it, thank you for supporting the channel. Thanks for investing in yourself. And don't let it collect dust. Get on it right away. If nothing else, go watch those 2 videos I showed you and set up that position I showed you. And don't skip over the free Bitcoin stuff, right? All right, y'all, I gotta go. Take care.